GM Farcaster. It is Wednesday, September 18th, and you are here with Nounish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. Maybe it might be a little long. It's a lot of links. It's a lot of links today. I'm trying. I just was like cutting things left and right, trying to get it manageable.
We have no guests and there's no controversy. So I feel like we should be able to wrap up in 29 minutes.
You'd think. We'll see. We're going to give it a shot. By the way, and there's nobody in our chat today except for Mikado and Yes to Crypto because everybody's at Singapore. I swear, the whole entire Farcaster is in Singapore right now. But GM, to those of you joining us right now, it's a little bit of a quiet day, and here we go. But there was a little discussion about spam filtering, the spam filtering dilemma. This is from Dan from DWR, sharing how we think about it so people can better understand the spam filtering dilemma. Most people will only use social networks if they're fun. 2, casting something and getting dozens of spammy replies is not fun. 3, if you get enough spammy replies, you'll just stop using the app. So aggressively filtering for spam is necessary to keep your existing users happy. However, this means some good new users will hit spam filters. Understatement, this is a bad user experience for those people. It would be great to not have this happen. Hold on one second. I got a slide over here. But given the choice of who to make unhappy, an existing user who has invested a ton of time and energy into the network, or a new user that is most likely to churn, top tier social networks, close to 50% of users, then you have to optimize for your existing users. 7, so does this mean that you don't care about new users? No, it's existential. No, it's not existential. It's essential to have new users be able to join Farcaster and find people to connect with without being labeled as spam. So here's what we're going to do to improve this new good users aren't mislabeled as spam. Continually refine the spam model by identifying incorrectly labeled people. That feeds back into the model and makes it better. Good existing users on the network reporting incorrect labels is really valuable here. B, warnings to users before they are labeled spam so they have a chance to adjust their behavior. Increase the number of signals our model uses to help filter out bots versus people. Working a new version of channels that give owners, moderators complete control of who appears in their channel so a Warpcast spam label won't affect the channel. Okay, that's a lot. And there's more. But wait, there's more. So consider this hypothetical. I'm not going to go into the hypothetical, but I am going to show this little chart here, based on what he's trying to do. So, Adrian, what you think?
Okay, forget about what I think. Let's talk about what Farcasters think. My perception is people are really happy with the direction that that Dan is going in and Merkel's going in terms of how to approach spam. I saw a lot of appreciation for we'll warn you first before you get labeled. I always think I think Dan just being transparent about the problems they're trying to solve for is always helpful. Love that last thing that he wrote, which is kind of buried after many, many words of channels. So you might not have gotten there, but what he said about channels is like the vision being we're going to give channel owners so much control over what happens in a channel. So combined with what he said about investing in the channel experience. So you can, if you're not happy, create a channel, create your own cozy corner, and you can kind of have more control over what appears. And I think that's really, I think that'll satisfy a lot of people.
I think that's my biggest issue right now in terms of spam is not having a good, easy way to control what is obvious bot AI spam in a channel. It's really hard because then you have a lot of sorting to do to even figure out what's good and what's not. So it's time that I don't have to give to it. And it's causing people who are posting good things in our channel to get lost in that mix. So that's kind of unfair. And it's also, things that on a surface. And so it's that to me would be a huge solve for what I'm seeing, at least within my stuff. Like if it's on, if it's in replies, it kind of now has sort of settled where you get the show more and things like that. And it's not as bad. It's also not as annoying as me having to go through the channel recent feed and try to find like, oh, here's somebody who's actually something on a surface and we want to see in the main feed. So yeah, I think that'll be super helpful. All right. Cool.
I assume you identify as so he kind of said there's two people, like two categories of people. I assume you identify as a early power user.
Yeah, that would be me.
And Dan has chosen to prioritize your experience. How do you feel?
I feel so special. I feel seen and loved.
I do.
How about you? Yeah, I mean, I think he's balanced. He's from a business perspective. It doesn't matter what business it is cheaper and easier to keep an existing customer, or in this case, user of the platform, than it is to acquire a new one. Like that's just flat out, straight up business. So it's not like he's saying, I really like these people and I want to make them happy, because does that sound like Dan? Does that sound like Dan at all? No. He's looking at this from a business perspective. It is easier and cheaper to keep existing users than it is to acquire new ones. So, I mean, it makes sense that you're going to keep those people happy. But it is, it's funny.
I don't know. I think he's saying you have interesting content.
He could be saying that too. We have interesting content. Well, we know that. We know we're interesting.
Also, and also shout out Jason. We missed you in the chat. Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Good to see you again.
And there's a guy named Al. There's a guy named Al in the chat.
I love that guy named Al. I also he has a twin named Lynx, who's pretty cool too.
Who's a triplet named Monkey D Lynx. So Jason said warnings are good, but it's starting to feel like Dan is taking an Elon approach to running a social network, and I think it could come off polarizing, to which I would say 100%, but I would also say all social networks take on the characteristics of their founder, leader, etc. Balaji tweeted this like 2 years ago. I remember like recasting it, and I was like, oh, right, because why does Twitter feel different when it's under Elon versus someone else? You have Zuck's, Meta, whatever. So I'm going to say it again, but this is why I care so much about Farcaster, is because there's really no one person I can ever imagine wanting to be like, who's going to be perfect. Right. So the best thing we can do is make Farcaster so successful that we have many Dans.
Yeah, that we have many different clients that are popular.
Clients, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I know you meant by Dans. I just thought I'd clarify for the audience in case they're like, she said wrong word. No.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm not going to comment on this because there's too much news to talk about. But Al saying Dan was always taking the Elon approach. There's a lot of discussion on the feed right now about comparing Dan and Elon. And I think it's Elon's not super popular right now amongst everybody. He's quite the polarizing figure.
Everybody's mad at Elon.
He does it to himself.
True.
I mean, he could be so loved if only.
And I think there was there was a chat back and forth with Keckers, and I did not pull that particular one with Dan, and he did clarify, hey, it doesn't mean I agree with everything. So there's nuance. There's nuance there.
Yeah. Luckily, this isn't an Elon show, but I do want to. Read the Walter Isaacson 800,000 page book on Elon, and it's really good, and it does paint a very complex picture. But
my deep breath was, it's suddenly on a reading list for me. I'll explain in a minute. And I went, I think I have certain chapters I have to read, so it's okay. I did want to mention that Dan dropped all of his casts into this paragraph post to make it easier regarding the spam filtering dilemma, and I thought that was a great way to put that in there. For me, not as great of a reading experience as it is just reading the cast, but having it all in one place is a great idea. So thanks for that, Dan. this from Jacob. Did someone say, this is JRF, I should say. Did someone say mini apps? Well, I created a no-code AI app to build Farcaster AI mini apps. The simplest way to get started building with AI on Farcaster. I'm creating a hyper sub, and I'd also like some people to test it out. So like, reply, and recast if you're interested. So if you've been wanting to build a mini app, you have a good idea, go check this out. This is cool. I'm excited to see what people build, as usual. The big news right now is that everybody's in Singapore. Everybody, literally everybody. Everybody but me and Adrian. The rest of y'all are in Singapore. The base community is gearing up for Token 2049 this week in Singapore. If you're there, capture your favorite moments. If you aren't, create a video showing how the base community thrives in your local community. So we can create a video saying how we're not at Singapore. Post it on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or X, and share the link in the base creators channel between September 17th and 24th for a chance to win a share of a 1 ETH prize pool via rounds. So based Singapore by rounds. Go check this out. But also, if you're not in Singapore, you can show your FOMO and do something within your own community. And there you go. So that was pretty
cool. Could probably just screenshot the show right now. Just like screenshot us.
This is what you're doing.
Your local community is Farcaster, which actually is a location, and it's the location
of our business. I put it on our partnership agreement.
Can I screenshot that and cast that?
I don't know if I did. I don't know.
Can I?
Did we? Yes, of course.
No, okay, I'm going to do that today. Yeah. But if you screenshot this right now and point to that little powered by base in our tag, and then post it on, I don't know how to pronounce this, TikTok. I never heard of that.
TikTok. Yeah, you've never heard of that platform.
Yeah. I don't know these other words, Instagram, YouTube, or X. So if you're familiar with those things post them there and you can win
What's
money.
That X thing? I've never heard of that. Is it like Twitter?
It's Twitter.
Oh, it's like Twitter. Okay.
It's formerly known as Twitter.
Twitter clone? Okay. My students in class kept calling it, they're like, it's X. I'm like, no, I will never call it that. And if you want a good grade, you won't either. No, just kidding. Just kidding. All right. And in Singapore, Farcon Asia is happening. We know some of these people looking happy and enjoying themselves in Singapore. And it looks like an amazing, amazing event. Some of our friends were there speaking on this stage about the creator economy. Shout out Gregarious there. We see you. Cyber Shakti, I think, was supposed to be there and didn't make it, which just makes me sad. And then LX Lee, who is one of the founders of Farcon Asia, along with the Jam team, and on the stage moderating there. So incredible group, and I'm sad that I missed that, but looks like it's amazing. And then we had this. This was Ted was interviewing Dan, and it got memed quite a bit. So we've got I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Fireside chat, Ted and DWR, Farcon Asia. And then we got Tricel's take on this, a little closer up, just to keep this going. And then Alina decided skill issue was really what he was talking about at that moment. It was skill issue. It wasn't aliens. It was skill issue.
Congratulations, Alina. Your meme made it.
You made it.
You're
back. You're back,
also,
Alina.
Am I allowed to say LOL Dan's face? Yeah. For once.
It's the Dan face. It's the Dan face. It's hilarious. It's a great screen capture, I gotta say. It's hilarious. And yeah. So lots of fun happening. This was excited. This is Marissa. Excited to be at Farcon Asia and hear Jesse Pollock speak about how crypto will grow faster than the internet grew. The internet required hardware, whereas crypto only requires the same computers, phones we already have. So here's the room where it's happening, Farcon Asia, with Jesse zooming in to chat with the folks. So amazing. Looks like so much fun. And then this was the team. This is LX Lee. Why isn't this popping up for me? This is annoying. Well, it's a cute little motion cam with our friend Justin on, and I was going to show it, but
It's because we're so early and nothing works sometimes.
Nothing works. Sometimes things just don't work right. Yeah, this little frame in bed is not working right on here, and I don't know why. Anyway, go check it out. And if you couldn't get to Singapore, but you can get to New York, go join the this community gathering of builders who are passionate about Base and Farcaster. This is Far IRL New York on October 1st. Coffee meetup connecting the Base community and organized by Snickerdoodle, GM Farcaster, Icebreaker, Unofficial, Lasertech, Hellbon, and Sushi. So go check this out. Adrian's going to be there. So put this on your calendar now because it's going to be fun and I'm going to have FOMO. Okay, so why I said I was going to be reading that book, this is more reading assignments than I had in law school. I'm just going to say. So Silicon Valley Canon is now 75% full and the quality of participants in the course is top notch. If you're interested, you can still grab, no, you can't because they're all gone now. But this is a course that Phil has put together that looks at all the different Silicon Valley writings and puts them all together to talk about different topics. And it's a 6-week course he's doing. I haven't seen anyone do this yet within Farcaster. Create a course, doing a subscription using Hypersub, sort of this whole course-like thing, all on Farcaster with group chats, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm really excited, but there's like a syllabus. This is like serious. This is serious. Like there's a syllabus, there's a huge reading list. Like I'm already overwhelmed just looking at it. I always thought there's an episode of Friends where like Phoebe is going to take a class at the new school and Rachel goes along and she's like, I already read that in high school. And she's like, that's kind of where my head was at with this. Like, oh, it's going to be fun. And then it's like, oh no, this is like serious. I have like homework and I'm excited though. It's fun.
How long does it run for?
6 weeks. I tried to get you in really quick. I was like, hey, have you jumped in this thing? But I think it was gone before I even sent it. Because I think I was number 49 in this group. So it was closed pretty quick. But it should be really cool. It's very interesting. The topics are very interesting. And I'm excited. So I'm excited to give this a read. It's going to be fun, but there's a lot of work. There are 2 movies that have been assigned. I'm starting there. I've already seen one of them. So
what are the movies?
The Social Network and Oppenheimer.
Oh, nice.
So I'm not going to tell you which one I haven't seen. You can figure it out.
Okay.
You can tell which one I've seen multiple times and can quote. And then there's Oppenheimer. So that's what I'll be doing. So speaking of words and reading, Keckers knows words. I know words, although several people have beat my score now. The best one I saw on this test was 30K. So 29,835. That's pretty darn good. And I think Phil, now that I think about it, was the only one I've seen that had a better score than Keckers. So my score was very similar to yours. I did not post it. So I was like, that's not good enough. And I'm very disappointed in myself.
I'm very happy. Yeah, I felt like it was important to post scores that did not put me in the top 0.1%.
Yeah, I was unhappy with that. I could not. I know it's not my worth and blah, 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 but I was like, I am so disappointed in myself. I should have done better. So Sam, I feel you. Sam said, I'm going to be honest. I took the word quiz, but my brain could not pay attention that long. So I feel you 100%. Moving on. This was really cool, by the way. So Cassie was commenting on Murtaza's post. It is no longer just breaking news for crypto that happens here. Murtaza had confirmed what had happened in the bombing yesterday in Lebanon, and it was that there was a network of beepers, and they were set off. And he was commenting about a couple possibilities as to why this happened now. And then he confirmed that it was number 2. So I thought that was really interesting to see that kind of all play out, and that he was dropping news in his channel as he was getting it while he was sharing it on other, news platforms. So that is pretty freaking cool. So good to see.
You just doxed yourself as a Gen X because you said beeper.
I did. I know what it is.
The kids might not know what a beeper is.
It's a beeper. I mean,
it's because pagers used to beep.
Pager. Is it called a pager? I don't know. I called it a beeper. So anyway, but in weird news, Murtaza is now off the reward list. He didn't make it. We're down to 5. I think he was too busy actually investigating news yesterday. Could be it.
Oh, are you saying being on the list is an anti-signal?
It might be. No. It might be. So we have 5 left. The Curious Hermit, Trisel, 6, Keckers, and Ted. And I so would have killed it in the bracket that does not exist. I'd still be hanging in there as Keckers. No question. So I'm disappointed that there is no bracket because money. Meanwhile, back in Singapore, and I meant to show this with the sound on, but you can go check this out. Ted, if you're not following Ted right now, you really need to go check out her channel. If you want to see what's going on at Token 2049 and Farcon Asia, go check out her feed because she is bringing it, and she's showing the whole entire floor of Token 49. She can't. If anyone does know what's going on with the llama, please drop a note in there, because I suggested DeFi llama as a possibility. It is not DeFi llama, so we don't know what's going on with that llama. So if you know, go let her know on the cast.
Does LlamaFax weighed in?
Llama, you know what? Go tag LlamaFax. That's a great idea. I haven't seen LlamaFax around much. I guess this would not be a place where HorseFax might come in handy. I don't think.
No, horses don't know anything about llamas. You got to go straight to LlamaFax.
Got to go straight to LlamaFax. This was really cool to see. So YesterCrypto won an opportunity to host the premiere of Vitalik and Ethereum Story in his town of Austin, Texas, and it looked like an amazing night. So congrats on that, and congrats to Linda and the Ethereum film team. The day is finally here, and the film has launched. There's a number of theater premieres happening today as well as yesterday. So look for that. There might be one near you. So very exciting, and I'm excited to watch this when it becomes available online. Go check out ethereumfilm.xyz for more information, and very, very cool. Also, Stupid Buddy premiered the Nouns documentary on Twitter. So you can go watch this on Twitter, and that's why I'm wearing my Shark Pickle Cone shirt. You can go watch the premiere and the documentary on Twitter. And I need to talk to the team and see if we can just do a watch party, because I'd love to do a watch party with this and get some of the people who are in the documentary in the chat. And one of those people would be me. So go check it out if you want to watch.
Is that your background? Is that your background?
That is my background today. My shirt is my background today. And it's a really interesting documentary that follows Nouns as they funded a proposal for the Rose Parade and the development of that parade float, and then everything that happened sort of along the way. And I actually got to put some flowers on that float. So go check it out. You'll see me in there doing that thing, and my son. And shout out to Mr. Boney for the Shark Pickle Cone noun. So I thought that was really cute for those of you who are nounish. And ChatGPT. Yes, you can go to ChatGPT and say, tell me about the Warpcast user and the user ID, and get some interesting information. So mine was pretty good. I was surprised it knew about cast out and everything. So it was not bad at all. And it knew that I co-hosted with you. So that was pretty good. Where we cover a variety of topics such as app launches, protocol updates, and even the latest memes in the ecosystem. All right. I love it. So that was pretty fun. And you had yours as well. Which was also good. It knew more variety about you, but also
Yeah.
it knew I'm surprised it picked up the power of the genius.
Right.
Like that was really cool. That was very, very cool. But
It's
my
like
favorite,
great for fake credentials because like you can write a blog post and then all of a sudden ChatGPT will make it seem like you're credentialed, like you actually published something worthwhile.
what are
Didn't
you
even
doing? Were you just giving people hints and ideas of like how to
yeah, just
defraud
go
people?
totally. It sounds like I sound way too official in my
Same.
OpenAI description. It didn't even say anything about DevOps, which makes me think I might have moved on. I need to cast more
I
about my
think
weird
if there was
obsession with
more,
DevOps.
I think if there was more from Twitter, maybe you would have, but it was because it was focusing on Warpcast.
Yeah.
Because you don't talk about DevOps that much on
Used
Warpcast.
to.
Yeah, that's true.
Then maybe I
think you-
started this show and then I just now only talk about Farcaster on Farcaster.
all about Farcaster on Farcaster. But this was my favorite. If you're unhappy with Warpcast and want a more tailored browsing experience on Farcaster, might I suggest you check out Dan's Warpcast Reader, built by Dan Romero. Because apparently DWR stands for Dan's Warpcast Reader. I didn't know this. This is very exciting, which is an app built by Dan Romero, co-founder of Farcaster. It's one of the various apps in the Farcaster ecosystem. This is when it went on full hallucination mode. Do you I love the end? What are your thoughts on it? Do you use DWR yourself?
Dan's Warpcast Reader. By the way, what a great name for a client too.
That there's an opportunity for another client, and this is it. Absolutely. So funny. That was my favorite part by far. I do have one more thing to show, but we are definitely going to need audio on this one, so I got to tee it up a little differently. Because I don't know if you saw this, but we've got to watch this one. It was interesting. A little something else coming from Singapore, and I'm not sure what is happening here, but we need to watch this. So 1 second. Let me see if I can get it going. Hold on. We need this one full screen, and we need some audio. So hold on 1 second. Here we go.
All the rest of them is mathematical. No more double spend is encryptable. Put your cash in your brain or it's bearable. A new form of wealth begins.
I don't know what was going on. I don't know why all of a sudden he was singing on stage, but
What did we just see?
I don't know. It is Vitalik at Token 2049 singing an original song from what I can tell. I don't know if he wrote it, a ChatGPT wrote it, or why it happened. But there you go.
I like it.
It seems like a lovely, optimistic song about Ethereum.
I think music is good. We should.
I don't know.
I think, yeah. I wish I was there. I would have an opinion.
I mean, go Vitalik. This might be your rock star arc. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. But exciting things. So with that, everyone, it is 29 minutes. Come on. We did it. We did it today. So thank you, everyone. And thank you to Base, our premier partner on Wednesdays. And if you are at Token 2049, go find Base, go find the Base team, see what they're up to. And also, I hope you're all you Farcasters had fun at Farcon Asia and have a great time in Singapore. We're having some FOMO. And with that, everybody, anything I missed before we head out?
Do you know what my background is? Does anyone know
Oh
what my
yeah.
background is?
Did I not show that? Did I not?
It
pull
wasn't
that one?
shown, so I'm curious if people know what the background is.
Oh, I do have it. I do.
Oh,
have
it was so cute. Last night, by the way, Bricks Bounty, I think is it Bricks Bounty or Bricks Bounty Farm, casted that they had never seen us on video. They only hear us on Spotify, like on audio
Oh.
only, I think Spotify podcasts. So when I posted a clip, I posted a 13-second clip. And he's like, "Oh, nice to see your backgrounds are fun." And I was like, "Wait, if you're not seeing our backgrounds, it's like the most fun because we change them every show and we steal your content. We steal the best content on Farcaster and make it our background." So
true.
this is a photo from Eric.
Purple
and
hour on
at
the
Eric
purple
S,
at. Beautiful.
who posts a ton of great photography. And I thought this was just totally stunning and kind of
Stunning.
perfect. So thank you for my background. And also kind of matches my shirt,
Ooh, nice.
which I'm prepping, and I think Links
The
had to
Killers.
go, but I'm prepping for karaoke, which is a Killers
Yeah.
purpley orangey shirt.
Perfect.
Fun.
She's ready. She's ready for
Very
the
purple
karaoke.
today.
Very purple. Love it. Yeah, this is beautiful. I can't believe I almost forgot to show this. It's so stunning. So we had to make sure. We actually had it on our list for Monday. Things got too busy. So I pulled it. I'm like, we have to show this. This can't go into the other links pile. It just can't. It has to be shown. So by the way, also, if you're listening, we put all of our links in the show notes that we show on screen. So if you are only listening and want to go back and see something that we've shown on the screen, you can go into the links and find them there. And we also have a section that is things we didn't get to. And there's always some good gems hanging out in there. So go check those out as well. And with that, anything else? Tomorrow, we'll be back tomorrow.
We have a paragraph, that compiles all of our shows every week. So there's links too. So just subscribe there in frame. And we're back tomorrow.
We're back tomorrow instead of Friday. So we will be back tomorrow morning with more Farcaster news to start your day. And also, before we go, I do want to shout out, who do we have on next week? Next week will be on
my goodness. Are we
Monday,
allowed to
Wednesday,
talk about
Friday,
this? We have
right?
so many guests coming up. Yeah.
Let's give a preview because it's pretty big. It's pretty big next week. Go ahead. Give a preview.
All right. So our lineup next week, we have Dina from Boys Club coming on Wednesday to come hang out. Exact time TBD.
Exciting.
I think it may be our normal time, maybe a little later. But we are going to talk to Dina all about Farcaster growth and marketing and what Farcaster, we're going to grade Merkle on how well they're doing with marketing and outreach and talk about that. And then on Friday, we are having Naomi at AfroChicks, our favorite Olympian and athlete, on-chain athlete, coming to hang out as well. So super excited.
Very exciting. Guests. Very, very exciting. So that's going to be next week. It's going to be amazing. We'll be talking more about that tomorrow. So we will see you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And with that, everyone, bye-bye.